Hey, what's going on, guys? Bean here, coming with another video. Today we have the tier list that I usually do on a Sunday for the new anime update. This is by far probably one of the best updates we've ever had. I think personally the best update we've ever had. Yeah, I absolutely love the units. I think there's so many strong units, especially the potato and that Chompman. I think they're both unbelievably good. And yeah, I think they've done a great job. But other than that, let's get into a tier list and where I'd rank the new units. So, see if I can make this slightly bigger. That should be fine. Right, so we'll start off. I have grabbed the stats of each unit. So we have the Rainbow Tomato. This was... I actually didn't get this unit because I didn't go to the admin abuse because I thought the first one was horrible. Or I went to it, but I didn't climb the tree. So like, what you had to do to get this unit was climb the vine. And when you climbed the vine, you'd basically get this unit for free. So it's not bad. As you can see, it's around just behind the cabbage and in front of the cherry blossom on the best starter. It's definitely not bad if you don't have anything better, but it's nothing crazy. I think it was just more of like an event kind of starter. It wasn't meant to be broken. I think it was just meant to be a bit of fun. Just make the tomato, the worst unit in the game, a bit better. But yeah, other than that, there's nothing really great with it. 67 DPS, 24 range. It's decent. If you have nothing better, it's definitely worth using. Then we have the Mushroom Girl. Personally, one of my favourite units in this update. Just because I think it's so funny how they've just basically grabbed a girl character and just put him in a mushroom outfit. But I think damage-wise, she's actually really good as well. So I put her kind of like near the top of B, but obviously not too high. Some people might think this is too high, which I could also agree, but I value the fact that she's full AoE. You can't see it on the picture that I've put in there, so that's my apologies, but she's full AoE. She does 250 DPS with 25 range, and she only costs 600. So if you're building like a team, and you don't really have like that great of units, or you need something that's like a bit lower level, I think she's amazing. She's got great range, good damage, and she's AoE. Yeah, so it's a no-brainer. I've put her above like things like the Gnome Blitz because the Gnome Blitz. I think when you think about it, she does get more value if there's more clumped up units, but obviously because the Gnome Blitz doesn't have it has like 3 times more the damage and it has unlimited range, so it's just kind of like based on how you think of the unit, really. So we'll move on from that, and then we have the Chompman. This was the new rare unit that you get for summoning on the new crate. So I think he was like a 0.005%, which is insanely rare. I think even now there's only like 200 in the game. So yeah, this unit is going to be incredibly rare and incredibly expensive. I'm hoping that I can get one as soon as possible, because I think that if you look at the tier list, it's hard to place him exactly like perfectly at this moment in time, because I don't know if his DPS is wrong. Like maybe he's better, maybe he's worse. The developers sometimes get the units wrong, which makes it hard to, gauge it. So once everybody plus myself has gone through all the DPSs, then we'll have a better idea of where it actually belongs. But face value, you can place 3 of them. It's got 5,000 damage per one with 42 range. That just seems insanely broken. So if you put all 3 down, you're looking at around 15,000 DPS, which is pretty much higher than every other unit, that, like bar maybe the Earth Dragon and other things. So that's why I put the Earth Dragon above it, because the Chompman does have more DPS in general, but the Earth Dragon has unlimited range, and it has very similar DPS, so I just think the range is a bit more important. You're going to do more damage with the extra range that you get. But if you get the unit, then live happy because it's broken, in my opinion. The other unit, which I think they've done a great job on, I could make these slightly bigger for everyone. Yeah, so the other unit that is slightly busted is the strongest punch potato. It has a really good like burst AoE ability where it just hits everything in like a line. It does have, I think, 2 single target attacks and then like 1 big punch, which just destroys everything. And like the Chompman, it has 3 placements, so you can place 3 of them. Has 4,352 DPS with 40 range, so it's another top S tier unit. So we got 2 S tier units this. We got 3 S tier units this update. That's why I'd say it's probably one of the best. Yep. So the potato is just below the chomp, just because of slight DPS face value. Again, it could be better, but until we test it with like actual DPSs, we don't know just yet. So then we have the bonsai tree. I found this quite difficult to really say where to put it, because it does the job of a money tree but also does damage. So I've put it in low A, or not low A, because I'm kind of classing it a bit more as a support item that just does a bit of damage. So I'd say it's in A. It could possibly be in S as well, because it is just way better than the money tree. So it's either I would leave the bonsai in A and move the money tree down, which is probably what I'll be doing. Because yeah, it gets more money than the money tree. I think it is a lot more expensive than the money tree as well, though. But it also does a lot of damage. Its range is a bit mediocre, so maybe it's not great, but at this moment of time, it's just a more expensive money tree that gives you a bit more damage, or gives you way more damage and a bit more money. So nothing too crazy. Then we have Vine here, which I think this is meant to be like Tornado or something from like the One Punch Man anime. I forgot what her name is, but she does have green hair and she kind of controls. I think she can control them, but yeah. So she has 190 DPS with 32 range. She is basically she's basically got the same ability as a fisherman, which I guess she's just a lot better because she has a lot higher range and pretty decent DPS. So she might have some uses, but she isn't crazy. So I've popped her in the middle of B, just above the palm tree, just because damage-wise she has more than the palm tree, and then she also has the special ability of pulling the enemies back, which could help your team maybe kill a big boss or just get more damage in general. Because if you combo it with a fusion plant or a slow, then yeah, they're not going anywhere. Then we have the Spider Lily. This is I don't know if I'm allowed to say the animes, but you know, Demons and Swords anime. This has insanely good damage. As for the placement, I think you can place like 4. So 4 to 5. I can't remember the exact amount off the top of my head, but it's a very good unit. I think depending on how many you can place, it might even be the top of A, maybe bordering S. But I thought I'd keep it around A at the moment. It's a very good unit. If you pull it, then I'll definitely use it. It's not hard to get at all. It's probably one of the best units that you can get easily, I'd say. So yeah, it's got 2,300 DPS and 40 range. and it's quite easy to get, and you can place a lot of them. So insanely good unit, definitely worth getting. If you like the anime that it's referenced from, even better. And that's the Spider Lily. And then we have the Cursed Fruit, which is from the Pirate anime. I do not want to say the actual names. But yeah, from the Pirate anime, I believe. This is a really horrible. I think it's just a horrible like unit. I don't know. It's like I put it below the palm tree. It feels like one of those where they've just threw some like really bad stats on it just to make it so not all the units are good. And they picked probably one of the most popular animes to do it to, which is quite odd. But it is what it is. Yeah, so it's not really much to say. It's got 200 DPS, 30 range. I've put it around Palm Tree and Vine Gill level. I guess you could argue to place it slightly higher or slightly lower, but it really doesn't matter. It's all peanuts at the end of the day. It's all bad units. But yeah, if you get it and you don't have anything better, it's definitely worth using. But with the amount of units we have nowadays, you should have better units. The Black Clover. Now, this unit is better than the Lucky Clover. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. This has, I didn't show the ability for some reason, but this has a ability to basically give your units a 35% damage boost. The damage boost, my tongue is just dry. So it will give your units a 35% damage boost the entire time. Whereas the Lucky Clover has a it has a chance to give a 25% boost on like critical damage. So the devs and the mods in the Discord have confirmed that it doesn't stack with the Lucky Clover, but they have, I mean, and everybody has said it's just a better version of the Lucky Clover. People seem to believe that the Lucky Clover is better, but I just don't think so. Maybe if more information comes out, I'll let you know, but it's just an easier unit to get than the Lucky Clover. It's always given 35% unlike the Lucky Clover, and it's just better. So if you got one, good job. It'll boost your team's value by an insane amount. And then we have the Cherry Blossom. I probably should have started with this unit, seeing as it is like the lowest of the low. But it's just a starter unit. I put it below the Rainbow Tomato, which again some people might not agree with, which, you know, it more than makes sense. The only reason why I've put it that low is because it has a problem with killing multiple units. I tried to use it on the dojo map, and it does loads of damage and it's got decent range, but with how slow it is at the start, I just think as a starter, unless you max it out as quick as possible, which you just can't on some maps, it's not great. It just gets overrun. If 2 or 3 units goes past it, it will kill like 1, 2 at best, and the law is just be the third one getting past, which is very annoying when you're trying to beat them out. But yeah, other than that, that is the tier list. Let me know if you agree or disagree. At the end of the day, a tier list is kind of what it's based on facts and some opinions. That's all it will ever be. So you might not agree with something, but as long as you voice it, I can look at it and see if I agree. And if I do, I will change it in the tier list. One last thing, people are saying that the sunflower thing still isn't working. It still works for me. Like every time I go into a endless, it just always works. So I don't know, maybe try going in with a duo, because I always go in as like a 2 or a 3. But yeah, look, like sometimes you'll get low numbers, but then you'll just get loads. Like I've got 23 million, and all I do is look, just there's always loads. But anyway, a bit off topic. Thank you very much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed, and I shall see you next time in the next video.